Well, hey everyone. I had a viewer ask, what does the Sabbath look like in my life? I happen to be in Southern California right now, and I was in a nice quiet area, so I thought I could do this video. So anyway, first of all, it looks like preparation. If you're going to have a successful Sabbath to be with Yahweh, I would say firstly, getting your chores done, having enough food in the house, things like that is real important. So Amy and I do everything we can to plan that we are going to have a successful Shabbat. So that's that part. And then often we will have a candle ready. Sometimes we'll get some fresh flowers, just a way to make the day special. And we'll do that right before sundown. And so quite literally, often on my phone, I have where it tells me where the sunset is. And am I legalistic about that? Yeah, kinda. I wasn't always like that, but I think as I've done it longer and longer, I've just wanted to make sure that I obey my Father in heaven. So one of my first experiences of that was it was sundown on a Saturday, and Amy had a real hankering for a Starbucks, and so I went to Starbucks, and I think I arrived there like 5 minutes early, and I said, Yahweh, I'm going to sit here until the sun goes all the way down. And it went all the way down, and then I went in, and I felt comfortable in my heart, and I could feel the Lord in my heart just say, you're kind of like that little puppy dog that will not grab that biscuit until the owner says, and Yahweh is my owner. So, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, let's just say you lived in Alaska. Well, how would you do that? Or if you lived, even further north than Alaska, how would you do that? Because sometimes the days are real long, sometimes the days are real short. And I would just say that, there is the letter of the law, there is the spirit of the law, and I would just say, let's never ever take the law and make it to our advantage. So, I would say that if I lived in Alaska or farther north, maybe I would, give myself a general rule of, maybe not maybe I would go 6 to 6 or something like that. Anyway, back to what do we do? So right before sundown on Friday night, we light the candle. Sometimes we'll pray. Sometimes we'll just light the candle. And we'll have those flowers. And then we have a restful evening, Amy and I together. And then the next morning, we get up. And then we have a time together as a community on Shabbat. Ours is a small community in a home, and we go there at 10:30, and then at some point our shofar blower, who's very good at blowing the shofar, by the way, if you're watching this, they blow the shofar, and then we stand toward the east. We all stand up, face toward the east, and then we do Shema Israel, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Malkut Tov, Leolam Vayed. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, our Elohim, Yahweh is one. Blessed be his name and his glorious kingdom for all eternity. Yeshua, he is Lord. And then we sing, usually like 5 songs, and someone has the words up on the TV. And then after that, we take a little tiny break, and then we'll dig into the Torah portion. So the expectation is that we've all read the Torah portion, and we discuss the Torah portion. Lots of times we'll get to the half Torah portion and to the New Testament portion. We don't always use the Torah portion cycle because it does leave out a lot of the New Testament and just parts of the Bible. We want to be observant of all the Bible, and so we'll have years where we don't do the Torah portion. But right now we're using the Torah portion cycle because we haven't done it for a little while. And we'll do like Sometimes we've had people teach through it. Sometimes we've just done like a discussion through it, have one facilitator. And let's just say that we started at 10:30, did 5 songs, and then after that let's see here, do the teaching part till about 1 or 1:30. We have lunch together. It's like a potluck style. And then after that, we will, sometimes we'll play a game. Sometimes we'll just discuss. Sometimes we'll work out, family issues together. And then Amy and I will go home and take a nap or something like that. Now, we don't have kids. That's a big deal. And the reason that's a big deal, I mean, we have kids. I'm empty nester now. But what happens when your kids have sports? That's a big question that people have. And, I don't have a real answer to that. Scripturally, I would say that you don't do that. You don't go and do sports on Shabbat. That's what I can only tell you what I see in Scripture. It says, it's a day unto the Lord. But Amy and I had to balance that. So we did go to our kids' sporting events because my boys both played baseball, and we would pack our lunches. In other words, what we would do is we would seek not to buy or sell, and we'd pack lunches. Most of the time, you did not have to pay to get in to the baseball game at that high school level. Sometimes, though, if there was a fee to get in, what would I do? I can't remember. I wouldn't endorse going. I do remember times where I would sit outside the gate and watch the baseball game, so that way I wouldn't buy or sell. Okay, so on that kind of stuff, that's something that I would say it's difficult. I don't know how else to say that. It's just difficult because you want to be a participant in your family, and all I can tell you is what the Word says. All right, so just gonna leave it at there for now. So that's what we do on Shabbat. We also, by the way, we don't go into stores. Shabbat is for us, but it's also for other people. It's a form of enslavement, having to work on Shabbat, and I don't want to play into that. And so when I don't buy or sell, I give other people rest too. And even though I might be resting, right, they're not resting, and so I am robbing them. I'm enslaving them to a system, and I don't want to do that. And if everyone banded together and said, "Hey, we're not going to shop on those days," then stores would eventually close down. But as long as we keep buying, they're going to stay open. So anyway, that's a little bit about what we do on Shabbat. I hope that was helpful to you, and see you in the next video.